Hi, Lorrie Popow here.
I've come back from the 4th annual Pysanky at the Gardens, where we recorded several demonstrations from various egg artists. Because these were live events, the audio and video aren't studio quality, but I know you will still enjoy them very much.
Okay, I'm Marilyn Henderson, and when I make Christmas ornament eggs, I like to put a coat of epoxy on them. It gives them a very deep shine and makes them sturdier, so I can tell people if they drop it on a carpeted floor, it will survive. It won't survive dropping on a tile floor. Okay, this is an egg that I've finished, and I've sprayed it with a matte spray. I use this. I find that epoxy tends to kind of draw off and leave bare spots if you put it on a really glossy finish. It's less likely to do that if you're going over a matte finish. I did it on some eggs without any varnish, and some of the dyes ran a little bit in the epoxy. I didn't expect that, but they did. And also, the epoxy I've got doesn't have any UV resistance in it, and this says it does, so I figure that helps prevent a little bit of fading too. Now the first thing I do, I use a wire for this because sometimes the epoxy seals the egg to whatever it's on, and if you've got it on a wooden skewer, you end up sawing trying to get it off, and with a wire, if it's sealed to it, you can just take your wire cutters and cut it off and leave it there. It's going to be hidden by the hanger fastening finding you put on. But another thing that helps prevent it from sealing to the wire is if I put Vaseline right at the base. Then sometimes that stops it, not always, but sometimes that stops it from sticking to the sealing to the wire. Okay, so I'm going to put that back up there, and then I put on gloves because epoxy's not good for you to touch. And what I use for measuring, these are disposable shot glasses that I found at Kroger. And they've got these little lines here at the bottom, and so I can judge how much I have of each of the two components. So I put, where did my little, oh there's, I use a plastic knife for stirring. Oh, so I'm gonna, yeah, we're gonna throw that away. Maybe it's just because it's at the bottom of my epoxy and there was something in it. So I put a certain amount of A and try to get about the same amount of B.
I use a miniature weighing scale.
And weigh out your
Weigh it,
amount.
and it's perfect.
Oh, I just judge this way. Okay, I need more of B yet.
So you use a little like digital scale?
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, you can get it absolutely.
That's perfect.
Yeah.
And then what do you put your epoxy in? A little plastic cup?
Yeah, mix it, little mixing cups. And I just mix it all.
Okay.
I just use 1 cup.
So I
Because
pour
I
one
measure
into the other.
say
Does it
for-
matter which one goes into?
No, because I'm going to transfer back to my first container too to make sure I get all of both of them. So I pour it into one and stir vigorously. I think you're supposed to do this about a minute or so, but I'm not going to do the first one quite that long. Then I'm going to go back into the other cup where the rest of my A is, so that I'm hoping I get all of both of them.
Is this a 5-minute epoxy,
No,
Marilyn?
no, this takes about 24 hours to harden. The 5-minute epoxy, I can't work fast enough.
Okay, so it's like 24-hour epoxy?
Uh-huh.
When I'm
It's
looking-
workable still for at least half an hour, and it keeps dripping on my egg for at least an hour, but I don't want to handle it for about 24 hours because you can get fingerprints in it even though it's not dripping anymore. So stir real well. And then I wipe this off so I can use it again.
Where do you get the 24-hour epoxy?
Well, this is Liquitex, and I got it at Art Supply. Jerry's Artorama is where I got this. I couldn't find it at Hobby Lobby.
I think Michael's.
Okay.
I haven't been able to find it at our Michael's.
Okay, and I just dip my gloved finger in there, pick up my egg, and I start rubbing it on like this.
Because they continue to rise.
Till I get a good smooth coat all over it.
But she's doing a much thinner layer. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't do a real thick layer because it just keeps dripping. And the thicker I make it, the more drip I have to deal with. Okay, then I put it on this, and I try to get it as straight on my stand as I can so that if I get a hardened drip, it's right at the hole, and I can sand it down, and I cover it with the finding that I put on for the Christmas hanger. And that's it, except I have a skewer, and I'm going to sit here and I'm going to come back every 10 minutes or so and get that drip off the bottom. And after about an hour, I can stop doing that. So it's pretty simple. There it is. Sometimes, if I see a bunch of bubbles in it, I will take a straw and blow on the bubbles, and that gets rid of the bubbles. I forgot to bring a straw up here, but I see some bubbles. So I'll go get my straw. I'll take my gloves off before that. These I'll turn wrong side out and put in the trash so that I don't have to handle the
I missed
epoxy.
the beginning, but was that just an egg that had nothing on it?
It had
Or
a
did you-
matte spray
Okay,
on it.
so you
Yeah, I've found that sometimes the epoxy makes the dyes run.
Okay, so you want to put a spray
I
on
put
it
a spray
versus-
on and I use matte so that the epoxy is less likely to kind of beat up on it.
Okay.
I made the mistake of doing epoxy over MSR one time, and it was a horrible mess. It was just all uneven. It would not spread and go down evenly over that slick finish.
Well, thank you so much.
Thank you.
Okay.
Thanks for watching my videos. Please subscribe to my channel to get updates of new videos. Visit my website at lorriepopow.com. Hugs!